Greetings. Join us on this fine Monday night. Fritzy just showed up and all her fritziness. There you go. Getting ready to sleep for 15 minutes and then go crazy. Oh, good. She's messing with the background. That's always good. Yeah, luckily I haven't torn it down yet. I just put it there so they can mess with it. Jeez. Okay, enjoy your entertainment. Never mind about what I'm saying. Just watch her do her business. Okay, tonight is a word from the Pleiadians. I'm not sure what's going to come of it. Moon landings and hologram people. So the moon landings, I would just tap into that generally. And the moon itself. Yeah, so whatever is not public, just whatever comes through, that's it's not that we're gonna be able to prove anything anyway, right? Maybe in the next life, or maybe the life after that. 3 or 4 lifetimes after this one, we'll figure things out. I keep thinking that this is not good. The year 3000. I don't know if people here want to wait that long for some kind of disclosure. Not to say it'd be that much anyway if it did happen. Well, you never know. Try to stay positive. I'm not sure what she's doing back there. Yeah. Hologram people or background people. What is my connection? I feel like they're holographic. I mean, they're here physically, but they're kind of like holograms from another reality, which is, once again, if you have higher dimensional beings that can manipulate our reality, is it really that hard to get people here as a projection? I know it sounds bizarre, but they can incarnate here and do their thing, but it's like their lives are projected here, their whole essence are projected here. Either way, it's just to keep us on our keep the agenda going. I guess they're long-time voters. They probably live in Virginia somewhere, living a very decent, normal life. Someone might be with the federal agencies, possibly, which I can see that actually. Like your typical everyday people. I don't know, I don't think it's that easy to pick up on their energy. We're thinking maybe you can. How many people are tapping into that? Like, is this person like a cardboard cutout from another reality? Are we? I know that's a little bit stretching it, obviously, for some. Definitely into sports. Just don't want to be recognized, that's for sure, at least for what they are. Who knows? It's a complicated one. If you have an agenda from another world, I know it's a little stretch for some, but is it really that out of? Look at this place. This world's all by the numbers. You get up, go to work, relationship, check those boxes of reality. Go out and be social. Checking all the boxes of what it is to be human. So who knows? It's hard to get a proof of it. But and I guess some of these people can be definitely in the spiritual community, that are trying to debunk things like that too, because they're part of the program. Is that also? Do they know what they are? Physically, no. Astrally, maybe not. No, I think so, but maybe not. Like plants, and this is all kind of pushing it, but you never know. As we go into a strange when all this becomes more public and accepted by society, or at least questioned by society, I guess that's when the aliens have to start intervening eventually. Well, if we start talking about this stuff and it goes into more of society instead of just debunked and go back to your prison life, and this is more talked about in society, at least debated, even if you believe it or not. This more of it goes into the, I get the word lexicon of reality. I don't know what that word means. And just more, just debated, try to figure it out. Just talking about it on a mainstream level. Not that the aliens really do a whole lot here. I don't think they will. They have to let us let us deal with it. But every once in a while, they might make a sighting or something like that. Who knows? I don't know. I just have to wait and see. As usual, enjoy the wait. Yeah, there's a lot of waiting here. So speaking of waiting, or long-term projects, very long. Time to talk comic private sessions. Yeah, the shop here. Yeah, speaking of long, I think I'm on the 23rd. I'm trying to speed up, but it's not going so well. I'm trying. I also have a new site here. And this is a long-term project, speaking of long-term. For those that wanted to post their listings here. Spiritual services, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. It is in your hands. And the more activity, when people have time to share your services, then I can promote them and take it to another level. But I can also see if others are interested. So we'll just see how it goes. It takes time. No rush. Webinars, sign up, social network. Oh yeah, dating site, that had to show up. I forgot about that. Behind the scenes, the Akashic. I made the uploads for it, but I can't download them for anything. I made the videos, but I can't get them, so I'm gonna have to redo them. And they're kind of pushing it too. I wonder why. I don't know if it flagged something. It might have. That's not good. My account still works. I can't download what I made. So yeah. Yeah, people want me to make this stuff public, so good luck with that. If I can't make it private, I'm supposed to make it public. I'll see how far that goes. I guess BitChute still exists, maybe. So, okay, we're going to Pleiadians. I'm not really sure what they have to say. Might be just an energy healing. But I got the words, just that wording, a word from the Pleiadians just came through. So it's like I wasn't looking for them. I wasn't, thinking about them or anything like that. So which is a good thing. And the moon landings would just have to let that go where it needs to go. So, all right. Here's to a non-shadow banned night. We can unshadow ban ourselves. Jeez. The shadow ban gods, maybe they'll give us a little unshadow banness, or whatever, or just enjoy it. Suck it up. So they might be actually shadow banning more than they have in the past, actually. I've been thinking about it more recently, so there must be something going on with it. So, all right, enough about all that. All right, Fritzy's there to help in the background. Yeah, just they've been chasing stuff, and yeah, it's been a busy day for them. Okay, all right, blessings. There you go. Greetings. We are the Pleiadians. As you know, there's a great deal of, as you label it, as MK Ultra energies all around society. It is programs, basically your version of human, like the template of how to be a human was planted here. Uh, as a character study of how long you can proceed like this. And of course, the human evolution is evolved over time. The Tatarians did take the human experience and go to a whole nother level. And that was allowed to for a long time. But of course, the agendas changed. Well, it's called your industrial society. Yes, where the earth got, polluted, unfortunately. Well, you can say their world became a little bit too advanced at times. Even during the Renaissance, it shifted from its old, manipulative ways. Of course, there was still some of it, but even during the Renaissance, like you have someone like Leonardo da Vinci, which there were actually others during that time also. I believe some of you can pick up on those frequencies. As there are others that are talented, that can channel, that can do this, go do all stuff, and just don't get attention because there's an agenda there. But at least with Leonardo da Vinci being allowed to be remembered, is showing that at least it gives you kind of an idea of what type of people were during that time. Yes, very unusual. Now, even the Greek mindset, I mean, of course, according to history, this is, but people always wanted to fly. There's always somebody in some kind of crowd. Doesn't mean they know how to build a flying device, but there's always somebody, male, female, it doesn't really matter. They want to fly. And of course, then history happens to, take Leonardo's ideas, yes. And even that was kind of primitive the way he wanted to fly, which made no sense when you think about it. Flapping the wings and all that doesn't work exactly. So he might have been a little bit disconnected there. There's actually been those in your past that actually had a better idea of flight. Just the technology wasn't there. Not to say combustible jet engines or anything like that. Just had a better idea of how it would work, like a glider, you can say, to a certain extent. Of course, I believe Da Vinci had something like that, but still, it still is very primitive compared to others that discovered it. Well, the reason that we are bringing this up, as many of you, yes, as you know already, are pioneers of your future Earth. Yes, you might not get the recognition that you're looking for, but you are shifting the energies of a spiritual reality. Even if it is a secret space program that maybe not others believe, but realize, many believe the Earth was flat or not flat. I mean, the secret space program is like believing the world is not flat. That is round. That's, of course, there's your time period, the flat, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, the flat Earth is more fascinating these days than ever before. But your secret space program is similar to that. It is kind of heresy. It also has controversies around it. Obviously, it's difficult to prove. But their soul is speaking it. We're just using that for example. It just shows that there are other realms that are here. And others that discount it just discontinue, just don't want anything to hear about it. Yes, there might be manipulations. Of course, there's going to be. Because there's others that are going to be opening up that realm even more. So they want to discount it. It's like, oh, you already had that fraudster there talking about secret space program. That means dismiss it all. And discourage others from connecting to it. But if your soul is reaching out to that realm, it is worth exploring. It becomes basically you're bringing other versions of realities here. And that's not something to pass up. Let it flow. And some might say it's wrong and all that, but in your heart, what does that say? What does your soul say? And even if it's wrong, it's right somewhere. Now, if you're deliberately doing it, manipulating it, that's a different story. But even then, there's some truth there. It's just humanity's having trouble believing anything, at least on a spiritual level, which slows down an ascension. There, it doesn't mean you have to believe everything, but many do slow things down. They're not always also ready for what is out there. Some of you are; those numbers are very small. Of those of you are, yes, ready for reptilian beings or whatever it might be that show up. I mean, give us everything you got. Us Pleiadian frequencies. We are. What do you think an alien does? We scan the vibrations here. What you can handle, what you can't handle. Obviously, on a physical level, there's only so much we can do. But for an alien level, we can work with that a little bit easier. On a physical level, when you're on a track for your life direction, normally we can't interfere. A spirit guide can, your high council can that you're connected to. But normally an average alien, just like a friend, they have to kind of like watch you go through it. They can give you advice and help in some ways, but they can't really interfere. But they can give advice. So there's always that. Now, is it always the best advice? Hopefully, but not always. Realize that we are from another dimension. We don't have these things. I mean, alien beings are as simple as animals almost in some regard. Yes, we're not out, killing other beings or anything like that to eat them, but we do live a simplistic reality, as some of you know. Of course, when you connect to the fourth dimension, it's not always simplistic. Some of it's more complicated in your reality, as some of you know. And we look at your world as a way to better ourselves. Not that we feel like we're going to fall into your world's clutches, or some beings do, yes, get pulled into so much negativity, and they do create type of lower frequencies on other realities. But they get a kick out of it as part of their growth. So you can take this positive world and turn it dark. Well, to a certain extent, maybe not to the level that your world is at, but they can shift this frequency. But that was also the agreement for the collective. So we are bringing this up is that your world affects a lot of other realities. And yes, there are a lot of souls here that are still hurting. Well, like some of these secret space program realities, there's still trauma there that's difficult to heal. And they're trying to find the right word, the right people, the right direction, the right sentence, whatever it might be. But those that have been mentally altered in other realities, which does exist, and some of those worlds are high fourth dimensional, well, high octane realities. Where yes, there's like kind of like a movie where it's just constantly moving. To heal from a conflict from another reality, especially when your mind has been manipulated, or your mind's not even in your mind anymore, or it's through cloning realities. Cloning realities, obviously, you're not going to tap into everything, but there are worlds that have been where a lot of the humans have been cloned. And like having your family cloned and you discovering that, which is kind of terrifying when you think about it. It's like, yeah, that's a major military, invasion. So, in your world, it's not. We don't believe it's at that extent. But there are other realities, or just, once again, many do feel it and remember it. Yes, like the zombie realities, the flat Earth realities. Obviously, some from the flat Earth realities. The flat Earth realities, they feel a type of complacency, meaning those that remember it in a positive way found happiness there. However, you want to view that flat Earth, and they want to bring that energy here. So they don't see this world as round, and there are parts of it that are flat. It is just part of several different worlds. This planet is Venus, Mars, Mercury, all those worlds in one. Even the sun, even the moon is connected here internally. Eventually be understood more clearly. Greetings to you. Greetings. I am the energies of Armstrong. I'll just say I'm the energies of it. Keep it simple for you. Obviously, yes, your astronauts are actually very Martian-like. It's parts of Mars became extremely primitive at one time. At least versions of your Mars. It's a Martian frequency of just a primitive reality or physical reality. Let's put it that way. Even parts of Mars, during its transformation, it found ways to really go similar to your world, go down to the basics. And your space missions are extremely basic. Well, compared to other realities, it is extremely. It's to have an incarnation here as an alien being to start from scratch to go into space is quite the endeavor. I mean, yes, you can go into as an alien being. Yes, you can travel to time and realities and not think much of it, but to really start from the basics, which says a lot. I mean, this is training for the higher dimensions. It's really just like if you're such a good pilot, can you do it in the third dimension? And can you do it on Earth? It's like, well, that's another story. And many of your astronauts are connected to the Zetas, just to let you know. Yes, they have Pleiadian energies, Sirian, Lyran, feline energies, but a lot of it is also Zeta to understand the technologies. Obviously, a feline being can understand the technologies also. But it's something about the Zeta that has a connection to it. It's like if you're going out into space in a tin can, a Zeta astronaut that's on your ship can mentally repair your ship. That sounds a little strange, but it can send energies to your ship that you can arrive on a place called the moon, which I believe, yes, your Russians were already there. Obviously, a lot of things have not been made public. It was never intended to be made public. We'll just say it's a possibility. We're not going to go into details of that too much. Or yes, your Americans are already there, which I believe the Russians were there first, but they didn't make it. But why would you do that? There's reasons. They're not going to go into it. Now let you feel that out for yourselves. The moon is just a tricky place, almost similar to JFK's entire run as president, where there's a mystery upon it. The moon will always have some kind of mystery. It's a vortex. It can take a reality shift dimensions. It's just not. It's not a place you can. Well, not to mess with. Now you can be there, visit it all you want, but expect your mind to be twisted, blown, and transformed. If it depends on who you are. I imagine many of you those of you are going to a higher dimensional level. You feel like you can just connect to the moon with your mind. Do you really want to be there physically? Because it's a little bit rough. Now, some will just say yes, but many is like, I don't need the moon. I have the moon within my energy field. There's nothing wrong with that. But those that do it physical, obviously, they need that physical touch. Yeah, something about being physical. To experience something physical is still, it's nothing new, but still, it has its worth. It's like the gold of reality. Whatever you do with being a physical being, because once again, when you're a spiritual being, they just don't have the same sensations. Yes, there are things that are better, but still that physical experience is still extremely unique. So, and there are, of course, other worlds, realities where physicality, but yes, this world is quite unique. It's a chemistry of it. Even if you feel like things are going slow in life, but it gives you more time to enjoy your physicality. Even if many don't really think about it that way. So this is what life is on the third dimension on Earth. Yes, it's more complicated than it has to be. Yes, because the world does everything it can to slow itself down. That's why going to the moon took some time. And of course, obviously, publicly, they didn't talk about going to the moon. Well, they actually went to other places. The moon is kind of off. Even for me to talk about it, is off. I can't even talk about it. But can say a lot of your astronauts went to other places, and they're not going to make it public. Nothing new to some of you, but why wouldn't they? They'll go everywhere. Now, did Armstrong go to these places? He doesn't want to say. But yes, there's a lot of humanness out in the space that will most likely not be made public. Well, it's another reality. It's in your reality, but it's like living in another reality. It's like being super wealthy and you don't have to talk to anyone that's making less than $1 million. There are certain class of people here. There's sections of society that you don't have access to, as many of you know. You can tap into it, that's fine. And you can feel the sensation of it tapping into it too. Like, if you're not rich, you can tap into someone that is rich and feel what they go through and change your whole environment. Doesn't mean you have to bring bad luck to yourself, no. Or selfishness or mind control, no, but you feel the high of that connection. Because many wealthy people feel like they're gods and you can tap into it and how you don't need that. I mean, obviously there is good there somewhere, not much. But if you do that, they probably most likely welcome you into their energies to heal their. Some of it is a fraud existence. We'll just use that word. It's true, at least for some. What's this? Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. Your hologram people. I don't believe they want to speak. No, they are supposed to blend in, be part of society. They are supposed to be hidden, unseen, the architect of your reality. Now, you can say, is it real, not real, projected, whatever definition you want to put in, but they are the backbone of the physical world. It is like the machine of it, the gears of your reality. And it does get tweaked, meaning that an agenda happens on the news or a celebrity, and it points the programmed people to an agenda. Is all of a sudden they're on the bandwagon. All of a sudden they're donating whatever they need to donate, or they're following the narrative. It's like the wave. They go up and put their arms up because they're being told to do it. But it's for them, it is part of the flow. It's what they're hearing. Kind of like hairs on a head. They're just there to. Now, do they have a soul? Yes, but it's very fragmented. It's like designed to be simple, almost like an animal, but even simpler in some regard. Of course, they do human things, but a lot of them are guided through their lives. I mean, they don't have to really do a lot. Yes, they get enough intelligence to do their job, but it's like they're just riding through life. And tapping into that source energy or their source energy. Yes, I believe that become more of your society. Is that person real or not? Yeah, how you define that, it's up to you. Do you feel it's a computer program, or do you feel like these are projections from other realities? You can define it however you want, because everyone connects to it differently. But there are agendas from other realities. It's like, how long can we have this program running on this planet with nobody noticing it? And when you start noticing it, you get looked down upon. Well, you can say some of those people that are projections here, a lot of them are fast food workers. Not all. A lot of them are. Well, it's because fast food is where a lot of people go. So you're putting out that energy of control, you can say. Convenience, you can say. So, tapping into that program isn't exactly the easiest, but it can be done. Now, will anybody believe you? It's another story. But you can tap into the frequency levels because there is a lot of hive mind energies connected to that. So that your programmed people here are basically part of a hive mind society. So they are trained to be human here on this world. Yes, to look a certain, like the Joneses, as it's being called, and this has been going on throughout history. Yes, it's another hijacking of reality, and difficult to break free because there's so many of them to keep you in this connection. Some might break free, possibly. It's like a hologram person is connected to like another source. Some of them are connected to like another source being, meaning that you can have like a person that just has a lot of angelic energy, and that person's energy can be copied and sent here. But that is being controlled here. It sounds a little bit complicated. But meaning if that person that's being copied, or that the clone person here, that person can be deactivated and the real person comes, meaning that person has a spiritual awakening all of a sudden. Oh, I was just like everybody else, and now I believe in aliens and things like that. So yeah, the host can be snapped back in. It does exist. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated. Well, obviously that's not a computer program that just woke up. So just to give you something to look into. Yes, you might feel strange. Well, meaning mentioning this to people, but more of this to become more part of your reality. Are those people? My neighbor is real. Is people at a fast food restaurant real? Is any of this real? Some of you feel like your whole town isn't real. There's nothing wrong with thinking that way. If you're hurting anybody, no. You might get a little paranoid, but that's something you have to heal yourself. There's no one out to get you or anything like that, but it's to realize how your world is being put together. Some of you are already seeing glitches in the Matrix, haven't you? Like a bird just sitting still? Well, maybe not seen it, but you've heard of it. A plane sitting still in the sky. So having people kind of just frozen also. So get an indication of how your reality. They won't go into full details how else is all done. Some of you can decipher however you wish. Blessings.